Hello, everybody, and happy Monday. Last week, Walt mentioned something about the decision-making process. I thought, I wonder if our clients know how we make decisions. And you all know what we think, but how do we think? I'm going to give you just a little insight into how it works around here. One of the models I follow is actually one developed by a fighter pilot during the Korean War. His name was Colonel John Boyd. He had more kills than any ace in the whole war. And everybody kept asking, how is it that you were able to do this? And he said, well, I use what I call the Ooda loop. OOD is in Delta A, Ooda. What does that mean? The first O is observe. So we observe what's going on out there. The second O was orient. And it didn't mean orient your airplane, although you have to do that. But it was, what am I up against? What fighter is it? What are its capabilities? What are my capabilities? What are its strengths, weaknesses, this kind of thing? How many of them are there? But he oriented his thinking. Then he had to make a decision. Right, make a decision, but then you have, that's the D, and then act. Right? How many people have you known? I'm going to go to law school. I made that decision, but they never do it. And he called it the OODA loop. And it wasn't just one dogfight. You had to do it over and over and over. Now, for a fighter pilot, you've got to be doing that fast. Our world, it's a little bit different, but the philosophy is the same. When we go out, we observe. What's it like at Walmart? What's it like at the restaurants? We're also observing the statistics coming out of the government. We're kind of looking around at the landscape. What does it look like? And then orient. Well, in business schools, our orientation method was pretty simple. It was called SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. And you kind of go through column by column on a stock or an investment. What are strengths, weaknesses? What are the opportunities here? But wait, what about the threats? So you go through that. That's our orientation process. All right, then you have to make a decision. All right, well, given these things, what makes sense? And then you have to act on it. And you've seen how we act on it. It's not necessarily all at once. We'll ease clients into investments. It's not all in one day. And then it's constantly looking and reassessing. Is this OODA loop still germane today the way it was last week, last month, or even last year? So, kind of a wonkish thing to talk about on a Labor Day Monday, but news is light because it's the long weekend. So, with that, next week, I'm going to go into a little bit of a war and economy thing. So, maybe Colonel John Boyd does the circle here because war and money go together. And if our OODA loop is right, war is going to become more of an issue in the coming months ahead. We'll start a series on that. And with that, happy Labor Day.